After being back off holiday a few days now, I actually got round to doing a bit more yesterday and today. Not got a lot done, but as you can see, I've got all the top boards on now on this end. And what I've done, I've left part of the banking in, and I'm going to just fill in now. So as it's an embankment coming down onto the track, but I shall have four rows of track going round on the baseboard here. I've actually left part of that, there's a little lake under, but if you remember I had the bridge over there, the suspension bridge. But what I've done, I've filled this in now, and I'm going to make this into the canal. I've got to have my canal with my barges. I'll just put some polyfiller in there. Hopefully that'll be dry by tomorrow, and I can paint it blue and then put the I'll probably use that liquid or the other water stuff I used last time. Just slip me memory now the name, but you remember, it's that you put in a pan and boil up. But I can fill that up and then I've got my canal. And as you can see, I've still got me hillside there. What I do is I roll newspaper up, put it in and put some modelling rock over, and then I can put that backboard on there. I'll probably take it all the way around. But as I say, I was a bit slow in starting. And you know it's like you've been on holiday, you don't feel like doing it when you come back. And there was a fair bit to do. Took some shifting, did that. This was modelling rock and some of it was plaster of Paris, and believe you me, I had to use that £5 hammer and the chisel to shift some of it. But anyway, we can tidy it up now. I've still got this other end to do, but what I'm going to do both ends to there. I did talk about two-tiering it, but I don't know yet. The thing is, we'll get this bottom bit done first. Right, I'll make a start now on. This is what I use, the modelling rock. It comes in a pack. I think you all use it. Comes in a roll. I'll just open that so you can see. Well, there's someone who's just starting out and they said to me, how do you make the hillsides? Well, it's quite easy. As most of you know. So you get your newspaper, roll it up, pack it up, and then you cut lengths of this modelling rock. It's like what they use when you've broken your arm or whatever, you make a plaster up. Cut it in strips, dip it in water, put it over the area that you want to cover, leave it for 24 hours for it to go solid, and then you can paint it green and then you can go over your grass effect. Anyway, we'll just make a start. Messy, but this is how we do it. Dip it in the water, take it across, join it in with the existing bit, and then seat it onto your baseboard. And so you've got to leave it 24 hours really to dry off. You sometimes have to have a bit more. I'll just put a bit more on there. And you can always, I have the powdered plaster of Paris as well. What I'll do, I'll put this on and then probably put a bit of plaster of Paris on over the top. But when it's all gone dry, as I say, paint it green, paint it brown, whatever you want. You've got your cliffs there, I suppose. And put a bit of that flat grass on. It makes for a good effect. Bit of a messy job, as I say. It's all part of the fun, isn't it? So I do it myself sometimes, like the newspaper. I dip it in a mixture of water and PVA, but it takes a hell of a long time to dry, so I'm putting it onto dry paper now, see how we're going. when that modelling rock's gone hard, should be alright. A bit more paper down that other end there now. So a bit awkward reaching over, but at least it gives you an idea on how easy it is to do. I think a lot of us did this sort of thing when we were at school, weren't we? We call it paper mache, building things. I don't know whether they still do things like that at school these days. Here we go. And there we go. As I say, can cover a lot of scenes, covers up. But there we are. We've got a nice bit of rock face or hillside. Well, when that's all dried off, I say I might put a bit of plaster Paris over the top, thicken it up a bit, and then probably paint it green, brown, and a bit of green in with it. Then put a bit of that grass flock on. But I'll take that on. I'll carry that on tomorrow. Well, I've just used 2 rolls of that plaster rock. That's all I had, 2 rolls, so I'm going to get some more tomorrow. As you can see, I've covered quite a bit there. It's got all this side done more or less. And what I've just done, I had some plaster of Paris. I've just mixed some up. I'm waiting for that to harden up now, and then I'll just coat it over the top down here because it's a bit thin. As I say, I just run short, so I was saving it. But I want about another half dozen rolls of that modelling rock because I've got the other side to do as well. But it's hard enough already, is that now? It's going to come up fine, I think. As I say, once I get this, what I was trying to think of was the Woodland Scenics water. What I have to do when this is polyfiller I've put in there. When that's hardened off, let's paint that blue and put that Woodland Scenics water on top, and then it'll be like the old bit there, should be shine up. What a tool said to me last time, when you put it on, use a hairdryer blowing down on it, and you can form the ripples then. So I'll have a go at that this time. As you can see, it's not that hard to do all this. We'll see a lot better by this weekend. And I say it'll look better when I get this back on again, and then I'm going to have to fill in all across the back there. But yeah, tomorrow's another day, as I say. If you thought it was messy putting the modelling rock on, there with the plaster of Paris. It's more or less setting now. But I'm just covering over there because, as I say, I run short of the modelling rock. Remember when we used to have this at when we were kids? We used to buy the moulds. We used to use plaster of Paris, fill the moulds up. We used to make buildings, animals, all sorts of things, and then paint them. Kept us out of trouble. Well, a bit out of trouble anyway. This is setting very quickly now. I left it a bit too long, but it's just covered up. Normally I would have just put 2 sheets of that modelling rock on and it would have done it. I don't like using plaster of Paris, but so just thought I'd get this covered over tonight, and then it should all be nice and set firm for tomorrow. Yeah, it's gone solid in the pan now. That's true with plaster of Paris, it can take a while to start setting, but then once it does start, it sets very quickly. I should have taken all them up before I started, shouldn't I? Most messy worker I am. I had a reputation a few years ago. They all called me Dangerous Dave. It wasn't because I was dangerous, because I was making calamities, as you might say. Whatever I did, I had to redo it. I was saying when I was doing this loft out, I started, all I had up here was just 2 planks going from forward to aft, front to back, and I filled all the flooring, and I got sort of 3/4 way down, and I turned round a bit too sharp and went straight through the floor. I broke 3 ribs actually, and I left dangling with my legs dangling down in the hole downstairs, and since then they all started calling me Dangerous Dave. But I've lost that reputation lately, but you never know. Right, well that should hard enough now for tomorrow.